Hey Lake Point, Pastor Michael here to fill you in on week 3 of our series, Follow Me. It's a series where we want to encourage and inspire everyone, regardless of where they're at in their spiritual journey, to take a next step in following Jesus. Throughout the series, we've looked at the questions of who does Jesus call to follow him and what is the actual reward for following Jesus. This week, Pastor Ethan led us through the ever important question of what should Jesus' followers wear? No, seriously, that's what he looked at. You're going to see. In John chapter 13, verse 34, Jesus says this, "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another." In other words, this is the mark. This is what people are going to see. This is how I want people to recognize you. This is the thing that I want about you, that I want people to look at and see and feel and experience, and they go, yep, that guy's got to be a Jesus follower. Here's the problem though, we have a really difficult time loving like Jesus, especially the more religious we are. Andy Stanley puts it this way: the gravitational pull of religion is towards rule keeping rather than relationship building. Why? Because it's easier to obey the rules than to love others. It's easier to make sure that things are right between us and God than it is to treat others with respect, especially when they have opposing views and values. And so Paul, one of the New Testament authors, though, he understood this better than anyone. And Paul's original name was Saul of Tarsus, and he hated Christians. In fact, he self-identified himself in Acts 26 as a Christian hunter. He made his mission to hunt down followers of Jesus and put them in jail, at times even put them to death. His goal was to rid the world of Jesus followers. But in the process of hunting them down, he actually became one. And so much of the New Testament is him writing letters to the churches that he planted. And much of those letters are addressing what it looks like to follow Jesus and how it's different from religion. Instead of just repeating himself over and over again that you need to love other people, the Apostle Paul takes the idea of loving others and he makes it specific and practical. Check out what he writes in Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. He says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself." See, I told you Pastor Ethan was taking a look at what Christians should be wearing. He says, "As God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." So, what do those things look like lived out? Pastor Ethan broke it down for us. First up, compassion. Compassion is loving others with all of your heart. Now, what's interesting is that when Paul was writing in Greek, they didn't have a word in the Greek language for love with all of your heart. Instead, they literally said, love with all of your bowels. He's saying, clothe yourself with this gut feeling that you get in your bowels, this feeling of, When your heart breaks with compassion, you don't feel it in your chest, you don't feel it in your head, you feel it in your bowels, you feel it in your gut, the core of who you are. Second, he says, clothe yourself in kindness. And kindness is when you loan your strength to someone else. Kindness is when someone needs something to be done for them, and so you do it for them. You extend yourselves, you loan them your strength. Third, we're told to clothe ourselves in humility. And humility is all about viewing ourselves accurately. It's viewing yourself accurately as in relationship to others and in your relationship to God. And our accurate view of who we are is that we're just another citizen of humanity, just like the rest of the citizens of humanity. It means there's an equality among human beings, and the thing that makes you special and the thing that makes me special isn't that you have more money or more talent or more opportunity or you were born with a better family. What makes you special is the very same thing that makes me special, all of us special, that is that we're loved by God the Father. Humility allows us to approach each other as peers no matter what we do or don't do, how much we have or don't have, or how old or young we are. The fourth thing that we're told to clothe ourselves with is gentleness. Gentleness is the decision to respond to someone in light of their strengths and weaknesses instead of responding to them out of our own strength. Gentle people don't come into the conversation and maintain the position of who they are and what they've done and their knowledge and insight and background and accomplishments. They gear down to the level of the person. It's not about being condescending. It actually has nothing to do with condescension. It has everything to do with communicating this, that my relationship with you is more important than you being impressed by me. That my relationship with you is more important than you knowing how right I am. My relationship with you is more important than you knowing my full capacity, my full strength, and so I'm going to adjust to your benefit. Finally, we're told to clothe ourselves with patience. Patience is just designed to go the speed of the other person. That's all it is. It's designed to move at their speed instead of moving at your preferred speed. And so after sharing those 5 things that Christians are supposed to clothe themselves with, Paul writes this. He says, "Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity." Over all these virtues, put on love. It's like an overcoat or a vest, and this love just binds all the virtues together in perfect unity. So what should Jesus' followers wear? Compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, patience, all with an overcoat of love. Well, friends, consider yourselves caught up. Have fun following your leader as you jump into the discussion questions.